Hi folks, normally I would say at this point welcome to another edition of my veg garden, but this isn't my veg garden today. As you probably can see, I've got my, let's just turn that down there. As you can see, I've got my paint stuff on. I wanted to share with you folks a product that I've actually just purchased. Haven't been given to me. This is purely just what I've purchased because, oh sorry, that's a bit shaky, isn't it? Holding it there. Let's try now. Yeah, there we go. That's better. This product is for cutting in, as you can see up there. Let's just, can we go there? So that's the corner of the wall to the ceiling. This is a product I found that's in America, and it's for doing the edging between this, like the ceiling and the wall, and also let me just turn it. Sorry, folks, and there as well. So next to the door frames and things like that. So I'm just going to flip it round. So it pauses for a second while I flip it round, and I'll just share with you this product and let you see what it can do, folks. So here we are, folks, swept it around. This is the product. It's called the Shur Line Premium Ceiling and Trim Paint Edger. So you see a picture there of it. I don't know, I've already taken out the packet. There's an idea. So what you can do. What I would say is it's really good for doing the edges like up here. Also for coming down the edges from the door frame to the wall. Also window edges as well. So all those sorts of things. What it's not good at, and I'll take you down here to show you, is you can't really use it on ones like this because the height, the depth isn't enough for the thing that makes it glide up and down. So I'm just going to show you it now. Sorry. Right. So let me move that bit out the road. So it's a pad. So this is the product. As I say, Shur Line. So that gives a certain degree of movement. On here you've got, let me just sit that there so I can try to do this one-handed. It's not easy. See, these are rollers. I'll show you the pad in a second. So let's just, so if I just put this up again, sorry again folks, just do with me. Oh, move my hand. There we go. So the idea is that these rollers run up and down like that. So it's really imperative when you're using this that you don't get paint on those rollers, because if you're doing the ceiling like that, folks, and you've got paint on those rollers, it will transfer that paint onto the ceiling. So it's really important. Right, so let me just put this down like so. Right, so this is the pad. It's just a painting pad. And as you can see, it's just purely, that just clips on. So let me try and do this. So it only goes on one way because, as you can probably see, that the cutout at either end, one end's got a bigger cutout than the other. So, and you can see that on the side as well. If I turn that around to there, you can probably see. So to the left, as you're looking at it, is the narrower cutout section in there. So just bear with me. I'm just going to clip it on, and then I'm going to, if I get it the right way around myself. So just bear with me a second, folks. Oh, you don't want to. Let me just, what way can we put this? Oh, just bear with me. Oh, what's wrong with? Ah, there we go. Oh, we could do it that way. There we go. Right, so all you do is clip it in like that, and on the other end, all you do is pull it up, and on there, and there you go. What the advantage of, they did have a previous version of this, and what people found was if you moved it up, so move forward and back from the rollers that way, it used to come off. Yeah, the way it was designed, but this is a newer version, so this doesn't say, as I say, you can move it, it doesn't come off. So, as I say, there's the rollers, so I'll now show you again against the wall with the pad in place, just so you can actually see what it looks like. So, as you can see, so you then just go like that, gently. So I'm going to load this up so you can see how to load up, because this is important. Because the important thing is to get enough paint on it so you can paint, but not that it's such that actually it oozes out, because if it oozes out there's a greater chance of it catching on the rollers there. So let me just show you. So we do it in the tray. So what we do is you dip it gently in, just put it down ever so slightly. You'll feel quite a lot of tension as you're pulling it off, and that's not quite enough, yeah? So you put in again a little bit more, lift it up. So once you've got it like that, you put it on this part of the roller tray, because you want, what you're trying to do is spread it about. See, a little bit more, because you don't want, right, so you do that. And then what you want to do is you then want to just take it gently over the edge, so it takes off any excess. You'll always get some at the back like that, but you notice here, no, it's looking okay. You always get some there, purely just because of the little bits. There's little lugs just there, so they quite often catch it. That helps it, stops it from falling out. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to do, we've already done quite a bit, and I'll show you a little bit at the end of my wife doing this, but I'm just going to show you a little bit we've done to start with, which needed another bit. Oops. So what you do is, so say rollers there. What you don't do is you don't push it up against the ceiling and go in. Yeah. What you want on the wall that you want the paint on, you do it there, away ever so slightly from it. Then you push it up to the roller's touch, and all you do is go backwards. Take it out. That's all you do. It's simple as that. And what you'll generally find is you get down here, you get a little bit, so all you need to do is when you finish doing up at the edge you want, then just bring it down and just gently go over like that. Yeah, simple. It's as simple as that. And as I say, look, when you look at that, we are really pleased with that, because cutting in is an absolute nightmare. So let me just come down. So then you just, you know, what happens is that you just go back and you just repeat the same process with it. It's really that simple, right? So that, as I said, this is the Shur Line Premium Ceiling and Trim Paint Edger. What's really good as well is that, let me put the phone back down here, because I know I can rest it there without it falling. Is, yeah, that's okay what I've done there if you're wanting to do. So folks, that's all okay. As I say, if you want, you can get up steps to do your cutting in for this, but they have the situation like here where we have a stairwell. You can't reach to do that. So what's really good is that it has this fitting to use with a pole. So let me just sit the phone down. So if you have a pole that's like this, we have a fitting that can be screwed onto here. This is the fitting. So for putting it, that goes into for rollers, the fitting for the rollers. So you can do that. But what's really good is if you've got that type of fitting, you can then take the edger and just screw it in like so. That will then give you, so there's a certain degree of flex there, yeah. So you can do that, and then what you then can do, let me just get camera again. So you then go, and you can then go like that. Just show you, see? You can then go like that. Ooh, let me do it properly for you. So you then can do that. It's really simple. It is as simple as that. It's not really difficult. Probably. You just, as I say, the most important thing is with any of these things, so you actually don't get, so you get the perfect line, is do not get any paint on the rollers. If you do, stop what you're doing and give it a clean. It's really as simple as that. You need to, otherwise you'll get paint transferring onto a surface you don't want paint to be transferred onto. Right folks, that's me. I just want to share that with you. That, you know, most of me watchers will be used to gardening videos, but this was about just showing off the this, because it's made it so easy. It saved about, I would reckon it's probably saved about 75% of the time. It's probably taken this, for the normal cutting in for all of this, because it's such a big, because of hall stairs and landing we've done, it's probably been about 25% time it's taken from what normally, so only a quarter of the normal time to do the cutting in. So there we go, folks. That's the Shur Line Premium Ceiling and Edge Ceiling and Trim Paint Edge. I always get it the wrong way around. So there you go, folks. That's it. So what I would say is, I did look at other ones. I did look at the Paint Pad Pro, and I really didn't, when I was thinking about getting the Paint Pad Pro, but when I looked at the video, and it's, sorry, not the video, the review for it, there's several pictures of it. And on one of the pictures you can see the paint has come off the edge of the pad onto the skirting, which goes completely against the purpose of what the Edger is about. So I thought, no, the Paint Pad Pro, maybe Paint Pad Pro is good for doing a normal wall, but for edging, this is the thing. As long as you do it correctly, it works. An absolute miracle, folks. So that's it. I'm going to finish now. Thanks very much for watching that. I'll try and put a link from where I got it from. It's really easy to clean as well. Really easy. The pad is really easy to clean. So it's a really good product. So there you go, folks. That's, as I say, that's the Shur Line Premium Ceiling and Trim Paint Edger. Thanks very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you in another video. Bye just now.